What's up, Tailgaters? You're in the booth with Tailgate Nate today. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another bowl game preview and prediction. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx in New York. It's the Rutgers Scarlet Knights who are back in a bowl game. How about that? Versus the Miami Hurricanes. Happy holidays to everyone out there. I got my Santa hat on, so whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, happy holidays to everybody out there watching as I am recording this on Christmas Eve. Again, no videos tomorrow, but this is the second of 4 videos today. We'll dive on into everything Scarlet Knights and Hurricanes in a little bit. But before we do that, you guys know I got to say thank you for all the love and support the channel has seen as of late. It's meant a lot to me. And if you want to continue to show your support for this channel, hey, there are many ways you can do it. And pretty much all of them involve interacting with the channel in any way, shape, or form. So whether that's what you're doing now by watching the video, doing the big thing and subscribing, ringing the bell, or liking, commenting, sharing, you're helping to support what I do here on YouTube. And I'm very grateful for all of the support that I get from everyone here on this platform. Now, let's go ahead and dive on into this game. But before we do that, I do got to say, and again, I've said this throughout all my bowl game preview predictions, sometimes it can be a little tricky to determine who's opting out, who's entered the transfer portal. So I have a list of names here, quite a bit on one side, not too many on the other, but Scarlet Knights fans, Hurricanes fans, if I missed the name, if there's a name that comes out after I record this video, leave in the comment section down below. Be happy to hear what you guys have to say. So let's go ahead and dive on in here to this game between the Rutgers Scarlet Knights and the Miami Hurricanes. We are going to start with the designated road team, and that so happens to be the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. So let's go ahead and start out with this team offensively. And I think it's pretty easy to tell the story of this team offensively. Well, they're going to be led by their run game, and they have a 1,000-yard rusher in Kyle Manungai, who has shown flashes this year of being a really, really explosive runner. Now, obviously, he's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's a really, really good player. In fact, almost an 1,100-yard rusher. But he really is the only threat that they have back there. Neutralize him, and you can pretty well neutralize this Rutgers offense. The quarterback here is Gavin Wimsott, 1,651 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 8 picks. So, okay, this is the team that does not throw for a lot of touchdowns. Can Wimsott get out of the pocket and run? You bet he can. They call a lot of design plays for him. 122 carries, 488 yards, 9 touchdowns on the season for him. As far as the wide receiver room, again, not a whole lot of fantastic weapons, but there are some guys that can go make plays, such as Kristen Dremel, Jaquay Jackson, Isaiah Washington, Ian Strong. Those are all the guys above 200 receiving yards for the team this year. They all have at least 15 catches on the season as well. But again, if you're able to neutralize this run game and you're able to slow down Kyle Manungai, this is a Rutgers Scarlet Knights team that you pretty much can neutralize offensively. However, this is a team that loves to control the clock because of their run game. They've done it against some of the bigger boys that they've played this year, such as Ohio State and Penn State and Michigan. They've really ran the ball effectively. They wanted to control the clock, slow the pace of the game down there as well, but they don't turn the football over. They don't make that many mistakes. They don't allow pressure back to the quarterback. Only 14 sacks allowed all season, and this team is effective enough on third down for it to matter a whole lot. But defensively, that's where a lot of the strengths of this team have come in, because this team does not give up the big play. They just don't. They don't give up the big play through the air, on the ground, whatever have you. This is a pretty darn good defense. They're forcing quite a few turnovers. I mean, 17 turnovers is right around middle of the country there. That's not a bad number at all. 19 sacks this year. Yeah, the pass rush has really struggled to get it going, but there are guys that can provide pressure, such as Wesley Bailey, and their sack leader, probably their best defensive player, in Mohamed Toure. He is really, really good. Aaron Lewis is also sitting there with 3 sacks as well. Mohamed Toure is the biggest part here of this defense. It's a rush defense that, again, is pretty darn good. A secondary that, again, just does not allow the big play whatsoever. 43 pass defended, 8 picks this season. They're a okay third down defense. I don't think that percentage really puts into account how good this Rutgers defensive front, or I'd say how good this Rutgers defense is on the money downs. Because, again, teams like Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State were able to pretty much do whatever they wanted on third down. Let's move ahead and switch over here to the Miami Hurricanes. Oh, wait. Before we do that, I do have to mention the one super big notable transfer that Rutgers is going to have out. In fact, it's not a transfer at all. He has opted out of this game. It's the defensive back, Max Melton. Has 6 passes defended, 3 interceptions, and I believe the 3 interceptions leads the team there as well. Does have 32 tackles with 1 sack on the air, so he will be missed by this defense. Now let's switch over to the Miami Hurricanes offense, and they will be without starting quarterback Tyler Van Dyke. 2,703 yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 picks on the year. He has entered the transfer portal, and backup quarterback Emory Williams is out for the season. So those are the only two guys that have thrown a pass for Miami this year. So with quarterback play a mystery, it's going to be up to a lot of these skill position players to make plays. Luckily, they have a very deep stable of running backs here, starting out with Henry Parrish and Mark Fletcher, both of them over 500 yards on the season. Donald Chaney and A.J. Allen will also get carries for this team as well. And in the receiving group, well, you're going to be without wide receiver Colby Young. He has entered the transfer portal, 563 yards, 5 touchdowns, I should say, for him on the season. But your top two guys are still here. Xavier Restrepo is almost a 1,000-yard receiver, 993 yards to be exact. 5 touchdowns, and then Jacoby George, 851 yards and 8 touchdowns. He has really come across as a huge, big play threat for this Miami Hurricanes offense. You also have the really not a whole lot of utilization out of the tight end either, but Cam McCormick can be a very effective player if you can get the ball in his hands. Only 8 catches this year. We'll see if he plays a bigger role. Again, like Rutgers, this team is a lot better than Rutgers on third down, and they don't allow pressure back to their quarterbacks, but they have a turnover problem. They lose fumbles. Tyler Van Dyke, picks plagued him. We'll see if this quarterback that's coming in can come in and replace it. Hopefully, I have a name here on the next slide. I believe I do, but we'll get there when we get there. A lot of defensive players are going to be out here in this game for Miami, and a lot on the defensive front. Jafari Harvey had 23 tackles. Corey Flagg, the linebacker, had 48 tackles. Leonard Taylor, 20 tackles and 1 sack. And then probably the best pair of safeties in the ACC, James Williams with 73 tackles, 4 passes defended. He led the team in tackles. And then Cameron Kitchens, 5 passes defended, 5 picks, 1 pick six, 1 fumble recovery on 59 tackles. So being without those two guys is really going to hurt this pass defense that, again, wasn't fantastic to begin with. They're very susceptible to giving up the big play. Only 28 passes defended all year, but they've generated 12 picks. But this is a rush defense that is going to lead the way here. And again, you put strength on strength. It's Rutgers running the ball. It's Miami's rush defense. Francisco Mauigoa and Ruben Bain, as far as my knowledge goes, will both play in this game. So let's go ahead and get into your what to watch for. Kind of like your keys to the game. They're just things I think you should keep an eye on while you're paying attention to this matchup. We'll start out with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Again, the run game is going to be leaned on. That is no mystery. But can the pass attack the second level? If this pass game with Gavin Wimsott, and again, there are weapons here. Christian Dremel is a go-get-it guy. He can be a really good wide receiver. If you can take advantage of the wide receivers that you have here, and you can take advantage of Miami not having, again, probably the best safety duo that the ACC saw this season with Williams and Kitchens, then you're going to be able to have a pretty good day offensively. Now, this run game getting going, that's the big mystery, right? Can you solve this Miami defensive front, which I still think is going to be really, really good, even without a ton of weapons that they have the right, especially their pass rush is going to end up being pretty solid there as well. But if this passing attack can attack the second level, can take advantage of Miami not having their starting safeties, hey, it could be a pretty good day here for Rutgers. But defensively, it's all about getting pressure in that backfield. Again, if you're slowing down one running back, Miami's got 3 other guys that can come in and pick up the pace. So you need to be able to slow down these the running backs really, really well. You got to get this pass rush going to some aspect, and that's going to help you force turnovers as well. But I think third downs are going to be a struggle here for Rutgers. I know I said I thought this team was a little bit better on third downs than the percentages would make you think. However, this is a Rutgers team that when you compare them to Miami, yeah, I think definitely is going to struggle here on third down. Now, for the Miami Hurricanes, I believe his first name is Jakuri. You can roast me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but the quarterback that will play this game, last name is Brown. He's going to need to manage the game really effectively. The run game may be leaned on here, but I think Brown has some nice upside. I think he's going to be able to get the ball downfield to a couple of these weapons, such as Restrepo and George. And if he can do that, he can manage the game. He cannot turn the football over because that's the one thing you can't do. if you turn the football over here, you're just playing in the Rutgers game more. Rutgers is still going to want to slow the game down, run the ball, get the ball out of your hands, and take as much time off the clock as possible. So if Brown manages the game effectively, leads a ton of scoring drives here for the Hurricanes, it's going to be a pretty good day for Miami, but the remaining defensive leaders will have to step up again. Your top two safeties are out. Corey Flagg is out, and a couple pretty good defensive linemen are out there as well. So it's up to guys like Maui Goa and Cloyd and Bain to really lead this defense, right? But Rutgers is going to try to force turnovers here and take as much time off the clock as possible. That's what Miami has got to do. Take the ball out of Rutgers' hands, because the less time that Rutgers can run the clock down is just more opportunities for Miami to go and score. And it's no mystery that Miami does have the better offense here. They have the more efficient offense. They have the more balanced offense. I think they have an overall better group of running backs. However, I do think Rutgers probably has the best one there in Kyle Manungai. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the upset here. I think if Miami can get this offense going, this really is a no-brainer, and Miami should be able to win. But I think Rutgers is going to end up getting a couple of takeaways here. I think the young quarterback is going to be flustered. I think the pass rush will have some pretty good moments. And I think Rutgers controlling the clock, controlling the tempo is going to matter a whole lot. They go down, kick a game-winning field goal, and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights will be champions of the Pinstripe Bowl from Yankee Stadium. Let me know how you guys see this one playing out in the comment section below. And hey, as always, remember to play hard but tailgate harder. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Goodbye.